Hello, and welcome back to the second half of Lesson 1.4. Today we're going to talk about angle bisectors and congruence. I don't want to waste any time today, so let's go ahead and get started. So an angle bisector is a line or ray or segment. Oops, let's fix that word. That cuts an angle exactly in half. So let's say we've got an angle, and then, let's finish the angle. And then there's this other ray that goes through it, and suddenly they tell us that this and this have the same number of marks on them, so those two are equal angles. Cuts it into two equal angles. And the next part, congruent angles, those are about the marks that I just put down. Angles that have the exact same number of degrees. And we use these arcs that we drew earlier, these arcs, to tell what is congruent or not. So if I drew a diagram like, let's fix that. Something you're going to learn at some point soon is that angles across from each other are congruent to each other. So we would find out that this angle and this angle are congruent. They have one arc each. And then we would also find out that this angle and this angle are congruent to each other. And they have two arcs each because 2 is different from 1. We need something that's different from the orange one because they're not congruent to the orange ones. They're just congruent to each other. So the idea is that we use these arcs to mark congruent angles. Let's check that out on the next example. So go on ahead and pause a minute and get this diagram written down before we talk about which angles are congruent to each other. So this five-sided shape is a pentagon, and so we know that certain sides, certain angles are congruent to each other based on this diagram, and let's figure out what that means. So we look at angle A, and it's the only one with an arc, so it's not congruent to anything else. But we do know angle E has the same number of arcs as angle B, and that's, remember this congruent symbol. So angle E is congruent to angle B, and based on the 3 arcs, angle D is congruent to angle C. And that's where we're at. Those are the only ones that are congruent to each other, but we can tell by the number of arcs that are on them. Now we get into the word problems. We've got 3 of them. They're all the same idea. We've got angle X, Y, Z. So X, vertex has to be Y as the middle letter. Z, and it's being cut into by YW. So from Y out to W. They tell me the angle XYW is 18. So it says find the measure of X to Y to Z. That's the whole angle. So what I do is, it bisects it, huh? Okay. That means these two parts must be congruent. Bisect means cut exactly in half. That means this is 18. And 18 plus 18 is 36. If you had accidentally drawn that as an obtuse angle, that's fine. You probably would have wanted to use the context here to know that it was not going to be that big of an angle, but the numbers are what matter, not the picture. We have a similar problem here. It says angle ABC, and this one I really don't know how big it is. Angle ABC. So I'm going to do this so I can at least write in it. I got angle A, B, C. Bisected by B to D. Bisect means these are equal to each other. ABD is 4x minus 2. DBC is 3x plus 18. And then it says find the length of everything, ABC. And what we're going to do is, these are equal to each other. So I'm going to do 4x minus 2 equals 3x plus 18. I'm going to subtract 3x. X minus 2 equals 18. And that means when we add 2 to both sides, x equals 20. The problem said find ABC, so I need to plug that in to both of these. 4 times 20 minus 2 is 78, which is actually all I need to do. They're equal to each other, right? So shouldn't this be 78 as well? Which means this is actually supposed to be an obtuse angle. Angle ABC equals 78 plus 78. So angle ABC equals 156 degrees. And that's how you do it. So this is where I want you to pause and try one for yourself. And then here in a minute after you're done doing the problem, you can hit play and see how you did. I think that's the best way we learn, to figure out if we know how to do it by trying it, and then fixing our mistakes if we tried it incorrectly. So please pause and try it now. Okay, I hope you're coming back from pausing, and if not, really consider pausing, trying it on your own, because that's how brains learn things. But otherwise, we're going to go ahead and do this. So once again, we got ABC, and I'm sorry about the straight lines. Say it was not working. There we go. So we've got A, B, and C. Once again bisected by BD. We know that ABD is 2x plus 20, and they're congruent. 2x plus 20. We know this one's 4x. 2x plus 20 equals 4x. That means if I subtract 2x, 20 equals 2x, divide. Having a little trouble here, hold on just a second. Divide by 2. And we're going to get x equals 10. But it said find ABC again. So we do 2 times 10 plus 20, and we get 40. 4 times 10 is 40. 40 plus 40 for angle ABC is 80. So this one should have been closer to a right angle. And we put degrees on it because we know that our final answers for angles are in degrees. That's it for today. We're going to have mostly mid-segment bisecting questions for you on your assignment today. Best of luck. Message me if you have questions, if there's a particular problem that's giving you some trouble, and we will move from there. I will see you the next time I see you.